Live from the Ocean Bank Field at FIU Stadium in the magic city of Miami, Florida, the American Sports Network is proud to present Conference USA Football. And tonight, the Thundering Herd of Marshall visits the Panthers of FIU. Doc Holliday, now in his fifth season, has them back on the map in big time, looking for their first 7-0 start since 1999. 10-4 last year, lost in Conference USA title game, beat Maryland big time in their Military Bowl. Austin Taylor getting ready to kick things off. FIU won the toss. They deferred. So Marshall, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time they will have the football to open up the football game. And the kick is taken at the 2-yard line. And all the way up to the 20. There's a penalty flag dropped at about the 35-yard line. But Marshall will start at about the 20 as DeAndre Reeves takes the opening kick. Missing from the game, Devontae Allen, the wide receiver. He's out with an injury. This one's complete at the 25-yard line. Looks like the big tight end. That's Eric Frohnapple. 21 sacks on the year, 16 forced fumbles. So third down, the first of the ball game. Cato, plenty of time in the pocket, comes near side to Schuler at the 31, and it's going to be just enough for a first down. And so they move the chains on their first possession. 51% on third down, Coach.
Well, this team really knows what they're doing. They got a good feel for each other. Of course, Schuler played with very early on with Cato. War number one when I was coaching, Tim Martin.
Stays on the ground. Johnson still on his feet up near the 40. Dropped at about the 41-yard line. Johnson averaging 135 yards a game. That is number one in Conference USA. John O. Smith in the slot. Magoo in the shotgun. Magoo steps up, fires. Gardner popped up. The ball was free. They're going to rule that incomplete. As we welcome in the third member of our broadcast team tonight, here's Kennedy Hardman. Kennedy?
Thanks, guys. Cato's entire family is present for his big game today, and we had a chance to talk about the big elephant in the room, which is that NCAA record that he is trying to break for consecutive touchdown passes in a game. Now, I talked to them, and his entire family's here, as I mentioned. His whole family is wearing T-shirts that say Cato Heisman on them, and his sister says if he's happy, he's happy. But the entire family is in unison saying that they have no doubt in their mind that he's going to break this record here tonight. Guys.
Well, thanks, Kennedy. I wonder if Russell Wilson's actually watching this game tonight. The quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. He had 38 straight.
Pretty good poise for the most part.
3rd and 9. Cato. Let's go. Far side, and it's caught up to the 45-yard line of FIU. And that was Eric Frohnapple, his second catch of the evening, and it's going to be a first down.
Really like the way that, as you can see on your screen, the way Cato anticipated the cut. Frohnapple goes down and cradles the ball.
7 penalties in the first half last week. We'll talk more about that after Watson comes down at the 44-yard line. He's finally wrestled down by DeMarcus Perkins.
Marshall's got a big, strong offensive line. They protect for the quarterback very well, but also come off on the zone scheme here.
After the penalty, it's 2nd and 14 now. Ball right at the midfield stripe. Magoo wants to go deep near sidelines, looking, and this one's batted away. Almost picked off. That's Darrell Roberts getting his hand in there. He had 5 career INTs, almost number 6 right there.
Well, you like the fact that Marshall plays the ball, Roberts plays the ball right at his highest peak. And you got 2 guys, because we talked about Marshall's safeties being good help there. Even though they're playing, then you put yourself in a position with 24 turnovers like they have to really do some damage. And here we go.
Devin Johnson, a lot of green. He's off to the races. Devin Johnson's still on his feet inside the 15-yard line. 10-5. Drags everybody down to about the 3-yard line. Devin Johnson, the 6'1", 243-pound former tight end, almost goes to the house.
Well, you're talking about a hole there, and then a really good job by the Marshall Thundering Herd securing the second level. And boy, what a rumbling, stumbling here. Johnson's got it all the way down to the 3, and he didn't want to go down here. Looked like he's going to take it all in there.
The ball at the 1-yard line. Johnson still in the backfield. Cato wants to throw it. And there it is. 39 consecutive games. The record belongs to Cato, pushing Russell Wilson to the number 2 spot.
Well, you knew that they were set up for some kind of play action. I didn't know if he would keep it or run it, but very well construed play here, constructed to set the defense like they're running a quick screen, and he just flips it out there for his 39th straight game throwing a touchdown pass. You can't do that on the Xbox, man. You can't. That's impressive. Well, just a really good touch there. They had two people he could have thrown to, and he comes right across. Good job of looking the ball in his hands and cradling it. And just hand it to the official. Let's don't get a celebration penalty here.
He's going to have his master's degree in December, so he kept it going in the classroom. Gardner trying to spin away from that Marshall defense. Making the initial contact was Arnold Blackman, the defensive end. So Austin Taylor, 11 of 15 on the season kicking, and his long is 43. We're going to spot this one at about the 28-yard line. So it'll be a 38-yard field goal. 38 yards out for the lead. And this one's blocked.
Williams comes inside and makes the play right up the gut. Good job of elevating, and boy, that's a big play for Marshall. I thought maybe FIU, being the big underdog, might go for it on short yardage there, but you know, they've really moved the football up and down the field, and see up at the top, they're playing bump and run. Now they're going to bail out this time.
Hakeem looks to the left side, near side. He goes right, top of the screen. It's complete, and Gene Lewis has his first catch, and it's good for a first down, so that'll move the markers.
The mark of a good quarterback is recognizing the coverage and also stepping up in the pocket. He looks off to the left, steps up, knows where his outside receiver is going to adjust, and that's just something you can't coach.
After he's had 34 of them, he's up to 37 on the season now. 2nd and 6, Magoo is going down, and that goes down as a sack for the Thundering Herd, and that's number 15 on the season.
Well, Coach Cheater's had enough of this stuff here. Now he brings the ranch here. We used to call this butcher knife bandit. Bring them all and see if you can cut them up, and that's what he did right here. Really good protection early, and then at the last second there, good vertical pressure by the Thundering Herd. And
Neville Hewitt with 14 tackles last week gets the sack, so he's got 2.5 on the season. 3rd and 15. Here comes pressure from the edge. Magoo's going down again. And this time it's the other linebacker. It's going to be number 22, DJ Hunter, with the sack.
DJ comes off the edge here with a power rush on the outside, and really impressive with the speed and quickness. He just beats the offensive tackle and wraps him up. Unfortunately, he didn't get a Conference USA strong from top to bottom.
FIU victors 45-38 today against Western Kentucky. Cato goes upstairs, and this one's complete. Right on the money to Justin Hunt. That's just his 7th catch. But again, it's a big, big gainer for the Thundering Herd.
Well, you know, very patient as far as throwing it deep. They just keep going and going, and if you keep going, you're going to get one. And Hunt goes up and catches it at his highest point. A big pickup for Marshall. You know, they got 2 straight sacks there and created.
But right now, they're deadlocked at 7-7. Cato fires. Nice job of adjusting both by the receiver and the quarterback, and this one's complete to Tommy Schuler.
Look like they've done that a few times over their life. I promise you one thing, you just can't coach this kind of poise and ability to find out the open receiver. He looks for the deep route, breaks to his left. Very difficult to run to your left and throw with this kind of accuracy. Schuler, like any good receiver, comes back. You know, realistically, though, that's not going to bother them too much. You got more room to throw the ball now and backed up a few yards.
And the penalty to center, Chris Gaspers, a rare one for him as he makes his 46th start. There's the 2nd touchdown pass, and this one goes to Angelo Gene Lewis, and that's his 4th this season.
Well, what poise here by Cato, just the fact that he gets flushed out of the pocket, drives back up underneath, and just steps up and flips it. Perfect throw and catch, and this Marshall Thundering Herd looks more.
Marshall has the lead.
Well, Marshall runs a little underneath route here, and a lot of teams on the goal line will throw that flag route to the wide receiver. Marshall comes underneath. Really good job by Cato coming up and just flicking was just a tremendous flip of the wrist there, and shows you a lot of Thundering Herd, a lot of green. One thing I always felt like whenever Marshall played, we knew there were going to be a lot of people. One time I had a game at VMI and our buses broke down, and we had a situation there where we had to make a decision. I told Mickey Matthews what we'd do is just take the first team on one bus and the rest of them just get out and thumb to the game. And sure enough, the Herd fans came along and picked them up. And 4 of the guys, though, we couldn't find them. They were out there tailgating with some people before the game, and they got in time to start the game. But, you know, the kids do what you tell them to, so they got to the game.
At least it's not like you were flying in an airplane, right? And they say, hey, send the first plane in, see if it lands safely. Taking a bus, that's a little bit different. Drive. And then Rakeem Cato comes back with a touchdown pass to tie it up at 7-7. That's the 39th consecutive game that he's thrown a touchdown. And then a second strike. The Thundering Herd, number 1, as we talked about in the top of the show, number 1 scoring defense in Conference USA. FIU, the number 1 total defense. Magoo is wrapped up immediately, and big Arnold Blackman, the defensive end, just wrapped him up like a big bear. Penalty flag dropped.
Boy, they've been running the ball outside on this play, but hey, Magoo, you better try a different read here than that. I mean, that was just a tremendous job of...
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Raheem Waiters, the linebacker, having a hard time putting him on the turf. That time Marshall all over that play. Out of the gun, third down. Magoo, quick release. And this one's almost picked off. Looks like Neville Hewitt up there on the top of your screen. The intended receiver was Dominique Grimes.
Yeah, it's the first time tonight that Magoo's really looked at his receiver all the way, and Hewitt just broke on the ball perfectly. You got to look when you throw.
I stand corrected. I apologize. That was Baxter on the defensive play for Marshall that time. Schuler back there standing at the 25 now to receive the punt by Jose Lafitte Zando. He's had a couple of long line drives so far tonight, kicking from the 20. There's a spiral, and Schuler, he's going to run this one back from the 20. Schuler finds a lane, cuts it back in. He's over the 40, 45 of the spin, and he's inside FIU territory at about the 46-yard line. So Tommy Schuler, averaging about 9.2 yards a punt, has a nice return for Marshall that time.
Well, it's the first time tonight that he's kicked it to Schuler where he's had a shot at it, and he shows his ability to make something happen. A good juke there, another spin move, and protects the ball with both hands going down here. Tommy.
In that game against San Antonio, Texas San Antonio, if they get that edge back, they'll be a better football team. Well, they're playing with an edge here tonight, and that's read beautifully by the linebacker, DJ Hunter. And it's going to be a loss on the play. It's going to bring up a second and long for FIU. FIU in their 6th home game already this season. This is homecoming in 2014. Gardner bounces to the outside, and he's wrestled down. And making the initial contact again, number 22, DJ Hunter. Marshall, they came right back and answered the bell. Devin Johnson breaks one for 71 here.
Well, just a tremendous show of explosive football coming back. Marshall coming back and answering the gun, and really good call here by Coach Bill Legg running the play-action pass for the touchdown.
Ryan Juracek gets the touchdown reception. That's 39 straight games for Rakeem Cato. And then here comes the pressure from the outside. Back-to-back sacks here for the Thundering Herd.
Well, that really kind of set up this big drive by Marshall with and right here Cato sticks it in there with a really good play throw on the run for the touchdown. Puts them up 14-7.
Angelo Jean Lewis with the touchdown reception there, the second for Rakeem Cato on the evening. And
you know, you need to play some tight games. Let's see what Marshall's made of right now and see how they react to a little bit of adversity.
Kari Vedvik ready to kick things off here in the second half. Richard Leonard and Glenn Coleman, the two deep backs for the Panthers of FIU. And this is going to be Leonard, and he's chomping at the bit to take it out, so he does this time. Leonard, he's going to be tripped up at the 16-yard line. A penalty flag dropped at about the 25.
So, very good job of keeping the ball away from Marshall throughout this first half and now starting the second.
Good pursuit by that defense. Gardner still on his feet, stripped up. It's going to be a loss on the play as they threw it out to the flat. And Neville Hewitt sniffed that one out, made the initial contact, and forced him to reverse his field.
Another good adjustment by the Marshall coaches. Coach Heater is doing a good job of breaking on the ball here. All you got to do is stand them up, and good pursuit by a great defense will help you out. But overall,
twin receivers to the top of your screen now. Gardner tries to break outside, but number 90, Arnold Blackman, is not having anything to do with that as he wraps him up. It'll bring up a 3rd and long in the first possession.
Blackman does a good job of getting rid of the blocker, staying strong at the point of attack, and finishing the tackle. That's what you got to do.
3rd and 14. Magoo is going down, and that is the 3rd sack of the ball game. Hewitt slams him to the turf, and that's going to be the 2nd sack by Hewitt here tonight.
Well, you like the fact that Hewitt just kind of picks his area and comes underneath the offensive guard who loses him. You got to be careful about slamming to the turf there, but a really big pass rush there coming from the backside and making the play. The last time Schuler got a punt return on a high kick.
10:55 to go, first possession, second half. Devin Johnson gets the call. No, Rakeem Cato kept it himself. A great fake. He's over the 50 inside FIU territory.
He can certainly do something with it when he gets it under his hands.
Averaging 5.7 yards a carry. Picked up 16 there, and here comes Devin Johnson again. On the move, Johnson goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Boy, Johnson in high school rushed for over 4,300 yards. Then they moved him to linebacker, tight end, and he looks pretty happy to be a running back.
Well, he knows what he's doing with the football. We used to call this the Burma Road drill. Get the ball on the sideline, put your arms out there, and keep moving and use them for plus a good running game. He's hollering these guys to watch the penalties here. This is what's hurt the herd right here. A little dump to the flat to Johnson.
Johnson inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. So about a 36 or a 35.5-yard kick. He's 7 of 9 this year. Number 1 among kickers in Conference USA with 59 points. And you can add 3 more after the 35-yard field goal.
That's one thing that I was certainly fortunate enough up at Marshall to have the best secretary in America, and Edna Justice, and then her husband John Justice with the quarterback club. And I think that's what you're getting here is a lot of community involvement with Coach Turner.
Leonard again. This time he's going to take it out again, and Leonard cuts back. He's upended at the 20. So that's twice now. Gardner gets the pitch, tries to sweep left side, tries to cuts it back, and to no avail. Good pursuit by those linebackers, and third quarter flying by, just 7:14 to go in the third. Gardner left side again, goes high, and number 6, Neville Hewitt, was there to meet him as soon as he went airborne as soon as he came down.
Not many reps for Marshall tonight. Their offense hadn't been on the field nearly as much as you normally see them, and let's see if they start going down the field again.
Cato fires, and this one's complete at the 38-yard line, and making the diving stab. A nice effort is Deontay McManus, his first catch of the night.
Well, I'd like to see a little bit more of this because there's no question FIU has been coached up to watch a deep ball. And
McManus, a redshirt freshman, a one-time big-time recruit for West Virginia out of Baltimore Dunbar High School. Cato takes off again, picks up the first down at the 45-yard line. So Cato,
just impressed with his quickness. I mean, just the fact that he knew where the sticks were. He knew he had to pick up about 3 yards here, and all of a sudden, boom, here he goes. Just outstanding. I wasn't trying to be John Madden there, but this guy's really got quick feet, and they've been done a good job building this program back into the top 25.
3rd and 9, 4 receivers, and Cato goes near side, and this one is complete just inside the 50. Craig Wilkins, the senior from Hialeah, Florida, pulls in his first catch tonight.
Well, good job by Wilkins coming back for the football, knowing where the sticks are. Get a good example of here what kind of arm strength Cato has, throwing from one hatch to the other and throwing against a good defense.
For Marshall now, that's the 8th different receiver to catch a ball on the season. Cato, 14 different receivers, 8 tonight. Cato somehow using his Fran Tarkenton moves got out of trouble, and here's Devin Johnson. And he's going to be off to the races. Touchdown, Well, the first half, he had that 71-yard run, stopped inside the 5. There was no stop in big number 47 that time.
Just a tremendous job here by Cato, avoiding the rush, and Johnson holding his hands up and saying, look, I'm open. He had a blinker light on him, and after he caught it, it was north and south for a big touchdown. And just hope it, from FIU's standpoint, the floodgates don't open, because this Thundering Herd football team starting to really execute here.
46 yards on the play to Devin Johnson, the former tight end. And Justin Haig drills the extra point. Just like that, it's 24-7.
This is just like you're coached here. You jump up in the pocket, then you do a 360, come back around to the right, look down the field, point everybody, and then throw it across your body, just like they drew it up there. And here comes Johnson, rumbling, stumbling right into the end zone. Touchdown Herd.
Boy, Devin Johnson, boy, he looked like John Mackey on that play, didn't he? Just guys bouncing off of him.
This guy is big, physical, strong guy. High school, he was a really good back. Then they moved him linebacker, tight end, now back at running back. And let's see if they can kick it deep enough where he won't bring it out one time. Here he comes again.
Leonard, about 5 yards deep, weaves his way up over the 20-yard line. He's going to be stopped shy of the 25 again.
Take the obvious keep, and that's what he's doing, and that certainly helps the inside running game when he does that.
Gardner spins, but he spun right into the teeth of the defense. And the forward progress will probably be spotted just shy of the line of scrimmage, so a loss of maybe one on the play. Yeah, Kennedy, he's been recruiting here, coach, since the 70s, huh?
Yeah, he really knows the area. The coaches believe in him. He knows where to find.
This one's picked off. It's the big lineman, Jarquez Samuel, and he's rumbling down near the 25-yard line. So FIU came in with the 24 takeaways. They had one pick. But right now, the INT goes to big number 94.
Well, this is when you get a play like this and get the ball, that's a lineman's dream. And watch this little cutback move, and tries to use a straight arm here, and he runs like it's the last time he'll ever touch it. That was an outstanding run after that tip ball, and certainly Magoo's had a really good game, and you just hate for that to happen to him. But
Cato goes to work with the ball at the 27-yard line. He's got 18 touchdown passes now, just one behind Brandon Dowdy of Western Kentucky. He swings it back the other way. Devin Johnson, the big back, with some running room inside the 5. Another touchdown, the second touchdown reception for Devin Johnson, the 4th touchdown pass for Rakeem Cato.
Well, you can talk about play design all you want to, but players win games and players lose games. And you got two aces here at quarterback and running back. Cato fakes a quick screen, throws it back to Johnson. Good protection down the field. Way to stay with your blocks and just show him your tail lights.
And Devin Johnson, the former tight end, playing like John Mackey now. A couple of touchdown receptions. It's 31-7. Thundering Herd making some noise.
When you watch this guy in action, you see why he's one of the best players in the country. Rakeem Cato, I'm all shook up here watching him throw this ball to Johnson, but all of a sudden here, Johnson's going to try to get 200 yards total offense, rushing and catching the ball. That's his second touchdown pass of the night. He's also rushed the ball, knock off another unbeaten team tonight with FSU and Notre Dame. It'll be down to 4 after Marshall wins this game. Looks like they're going to.
Well, Magoo keeps it on the... Well, that's good information. I remember doing a studio show a few years ago, and you got some information on your phone. Helmet flies off. It's the second time Gardner's lost his helmet tonight. So trailing 31-7 now. Magoo and company facing a 3rd and 9. And over the middle, this one's picked off. It's going to be a pick 6. And the takeaways, it's been all Marshall here in the second half. Corey Tyndall. That's his first career interception, and it goes to the house.
Well, we've warned Magoo all night about looking down his receivers. He's looking to the left the whole time here. Tyndall breaks on the ball. Really good job of reading the quarterback's eyes, and big turnover again for the Herd, and they're starting to put him. Does a really good job of reading Magoo's eyes. breaks on the football and makes a catch and sticks it in the end zone, and all of a sudden this Thundering Herd offense is going to be one of the 4 undefeated football teams in the country.
NT as a college
Corey
player.
Tyndall's a redshirt sophomore and breaks on the football underneath, catches it with his hands, and goes right for the end zone. Good placement by the defensive staff, putting people in position throughout the night. We hadn't seen a lot of wide open guys.
And Samuel with his first carry picked up 8. Here's Samuel again bouncing around, and there's big number 90 again. Arnold Blackman, though,
but we were on worst nemesis with the penalties and a couple turnovers, and here's Cato throwing the out route for a big first down.
Thrown apple, the big tight end. That's his 3rd catch.
As much as anybody, it was Dan Shoemaker getting the television network going for us where we could get some exposure and get recruiting. Of course, you know Dan from ESPNU, and you got to have different people helping you in a lot of different areas.
Of course, your days at Marshall, several trips to the national championship game. You and Coach Tressel at Youngstown had your battle.
And Chad started and took us all the way to the national championship, and we were playing a road game, and I got on Chad before the game, and I said, hey, Chad, if you're going to go down there and kind of, here we go with the big one here again for Marshall all the way.
Butler's going to take it to the house. He's inside the 15. Touchdown. Stuart Butler, his 3rd rushing touchdown this year. And boy, he had a lot of green. He goes 61 yards.
Outstanding read there, and just tremendous speed in the open field, and you create a lot of gaps here when you know, the defense is getting a little tired. And then been seeing Johnson, who's a big, powerful guy, and then we come in with the speed guy, and just show him your tail lights again. But get in and get some action and show your coaches what you can do. And Cato signaling touchdown. He saw it early on, and he's reading the defense. And there's a big run again for the Herd, and they're kind of laying it on them now.
So Cato's done for the night, 15 of 27, 214 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 INT. The 4 touchdowns gives him 19 for the season. And that's going to tie him with Brandon Dowdy. And Doc Holliday picks up the 7th win. They're 7-0 for the first time since 1999. 45-13. It was 14-7 at halftime, Coach.
Well, any way you look at it, this Marshall Thundering Herd football team is a powerful force in Conference USA.
Cato broke the NCAA record for consecutive touchdown passes. What can you say about his performance? I mean, I know you've always talked very highly of him, but as a coach, what does it mean to you after watching him break so many records?
Well, for him to be able, especially to come here to Miami and do it in his hometown, I mean, he's a special kid. I mean, I've never been around a guy more competitive than he is, and if anybody deserves to break that record, he sure does. He deserves everything he gets, and I'm just proud of him and just proud of all he's accomplished.
What can you say about Devon Johnson and his performance tonight?
He's a man. I mean, he's a good player. He likes football, and he's tough, and he brings a physical presence to our offense that really helps us.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks.
What can you say about the offense in this road win?
It started out slow, but we found ourselves, and we knew we had to put enough points on the board to win the ball game. At halftime, we took a deep breath, got settled, and just came back out at halftime and played a hell of a 30 minutes.
People say Devon Johnson is built like a bull and runs like a deer. What can you say about his performance?
It's a blessing, just for him not to have a great game rushing, but also help us in the passing game and pick up 2 huge touchdowns for us and just lead us to a victory. Devon Johnson, he's a great player and a great back to have on our offense.
What does it mean for you to break that record right here in your hometown in front of all your friends and family?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing just to be here, just to play here again in front of my family, and also just to break the record with a group of guys that we work hard all year. Appreciate it, bro. Hey, good game, boy. And we just work hard. We just work hard. We started in the spring. We carried over to camp, and we get keeping the momentum going. We're having a great season so far. We just got to keep it going.
What can you say about your family? They came in with Cato for Heisman t-shirts. What does their support mean to you?
It means everything. Just to see everybody here, watch me live in action, because I know some of them can't make it up to Marshall. But, I mean, it's a blessing just to see it. All those guys here, my sisters, my nephews, my nieces, my daughter. I mean, it's just a blessing. My oldest brothers, my family that came from out of town from Orlando. It's a blessing just to see everybody here supporting me. Not only supporting me, but supporting the whole Herd family.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
What can you say about your performance?
You know, the line did a great job, and Cato did a great job communicating with me, you know, and checking the play. You know, and it shows that we could be a great team, you know, and we come in here and beat a great FIU team, and we got to just come back next week and even work even harder.
What did Coach Holliday say during halftime? Because you just came out and turned this team around.
You know, he told the leadership to step up. You know, told Rouse, Cato, me, and Jaspers, the offensive line center, and he told us, you know, we need to step up. Leadership need to step up. We need to come out here and make some plays, and that's what I try to do for the team.
What can you say about this team, because they're so effective in all phases of the game?
You know, we're great. You know, Cato quarterback and Rouse, the defense, you know, they make great plays. And, you know, in the first half, the defense kept us in it, you know, and we knew we had to come out offensively and step up because defense was playing a great game.
Now, I know Cato doesn't like to talk about his personal accolades, but as a teammate, what can you say about him breaking that record?
He deserves it. He deserves it. Cato deserves it the way he works, and he got the heart, and he loves the game of football. And you just see him during the weeks of practice, how he pushes us, and he's a great leader. He deserves everything he gets.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations.
First time Marshall's trailed all year, and then Cato comes back with a really good shot on the play action, then steps up and hits Gene Lewis with a really good post route. How about Johnson right here? Catches the ball in the open field, breaks a tackle, and this guy's a 250-pound bowling ball running at you here. A little screen pass here, and just runs it right in there. I mean, you're the defensive back coach, and you're saying tackle him, and you say, how about you trying it one time, coach? And here's the last score of the game here for Marshall Butler on the long run. And then just say, hey, from now on, man, you got to believe me when I tell you everybody's going to give us their best shot. And we got their best shot. We got to go out there and give them our best shot. As he said at the end of the game here when he was being interviewed, that a couple of silly penalties, didn't convert in the red zone one time, and overall stopped themselves. But I thought second half they came out with a real sense of direction. Defensively, they really put a lot of pressure on Magoo, and it was just an outstanding performance.